everybody, it's Michelle Visage, and welcome to another episode of What You Packin'. Today, my guest actually should be from New Jersey with this name, but they're from Arizona. So what do you figure? It's Joey J. How you doing, Joey?
Joey J. I'm doing so good. Gay as ever.
I love the purple hairs.
Thank you so much. I was born this way, baby.
You're freshly dipped. It's absolutely gorgeous. So you live in Arizona now, right, Joey J?
Yes, ma'am. I live in Phoenix. I was actually born in Iowa, but I was raised in Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh my gosh, the country's safest town, yeah.
Oh, you betcha. You should come out and we can go to the farmer's market.
My in-laws live in Lake Geneva.
Oh, shut up. Word.
So I spend lots of time there. I know Wisconsin very well.
I love that.
Were you friends with the Trixies and that lot in the drag world?
When Trixie moved out of the apartment to come to LA, I moved into the apartment.
Oh no.
Mutual roommates, mutual friends. We call it the Lake Drive Drag Academy. I didn't do drag before I moved in there, and here we are.
What about Jada Essence Hall?
She had a little bit more budget, so she didn't quite live in the Lake Drive Drag Academy, but she was down the street.
Is your out of drag name Joey?
Yeah.
And where's the J?
So my last name is J. My mom did not want me to put my last name on social media for safety purposes, and so I was like, well, I'll just be J-A-Y, Joey J. And then when I decided I was gonna pursue drag, I was trying to come up with a drag name, and I couldn't marry one. I was like, I don't feel quite like this is an alter ego per se, and finally I was like, you know what? I've been going by Joey J forever. It's not really my name, but I'm so comfortable with it, and it's kind of, you know, gender fluid a little bit.
Do you identify as gender fluid?
It doesn't matter to me, like his, her, she, work. Like I'll turn around, like let's have a conversation.
I love that. I think let it be known if you prefer something else and this is you and you're saying, whatever, let it fly, I just want to talk, and I think that's fantastic. Are you on the newish side to drag then?
I kind of started out like a Shangela. I have been surrounded by drag for many, many years. So I used to backup dance, I used to choreograph, I used to edit a lot of girls' numbers when they would compete in pageants. I took all of me sitting in the audience and all of the experience from traveling and dancing and judging, and then I applied it when I started doing drag.
I think that's really smart.
I stayed inside and practiced almost every day for like 6 months because there's always the booger stage. Like I don't care who you are, you're always gonna look like a booger when you're starting. Let's try to keep it contained inside. Then we'll like try to do a booking.
Tell me about your fascination of not really wearing wigs.
Back in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I was doing like a couple of gigs and I decided to do pink. And I had like bleach blonde hair and I was like, am I gonna do it? Am I gonna not wear a wig? I live for it. I'm a dancer, so I'm like, I can move, it's not in my face, I feel like badass. And then it kind of just became a thing. I was like, I love this pink lipstick lesbian rocker vibe. You'll never catch me like without nails. I'll always have pads on, finished paint, big lashes. If I really want to brand this and not always have a wig on, everything else to me needs to be perfect.
You don't have to wear a wig. I just feel on RuPaul's Drag Race, having that difference each time you're on the runway gives you a little bit more of an edge because it does show versatility. I hate to use that word, but ultimately that's what we like to see, adaptability, we'll say. You did wear a couple wigs, which I was grateful for.
I did, yeah.
So I was happy to see when you did come out and act. So it was like, okay, she's willing to play.
Oh, for sure.
You were the very first person to lose that first lip sync.
I was so nervous walking on that runway, and baby, like, I made some choices, but I'm going to embrace those choices, and those feathers were coming for me. Like, oh my God.
Did you think you were gone?
There was a moment where I thought I was gone, and then I remembered she said the pork chop, and I was like, wait a minute, the pork chop, that's interesting. And I was like, wait a minute, no trophy. Wait a minute, where's the van? Where are the cameras? Wait a minute.
Right.
And I'm like, let's see what this twist is.
You came back and you were able to compete in the ball challenge, correct?
That was the ball challenge, yeah. Going home on a construction challenge. That is not the challenge I would think I would have gone home on. I had so much fun making that garment. Denali says to me, she's like, how are you doing today? And I'm like, I feel so zen right now with this piping and this glue gun. I'm having a blast making this dress. So it's only natural, like when you get comfortable, careful.
Was it poison ivy?
It was poison ivy. I was doing a play on it, but there's no such thing as a poison ivy bag. And we had to have something with the word bag in it. So I was like, I'll do IV bag, and I'll do IV coming up, poison, hospital, kind of creepy nurse with the IV pole. And then Carson's like, but you didn't do like poison IV bag? And I'm like, but that's not a thing. Like, I didn't want to say yes because it's not a thing and that wasn't the challenge. But I wanted to have that twist on having that IV, that poison ivy side of it. But there was no opportunity to say that.
I think that's where the confusion lies. So that's where we were all like, but it's poison ivy. And it was actually very smart, but you know, the chips fell where they may. If you were to get to do one of your looks all over again and redo it, which one would it be?
My entrance.
The chicken feathers. Mm-hmm. What would you have done differently?
I wouldn't have worn a wig. And I would have done ostrich.
Bold move, not wearing a wig. Now that you've done it, it is very different and very cutthroat compared to sitting home and watching it and saying, oh, I can do this, I can do that. Did you get any tips from our queens that have, you know, slayed the game?
I did get a few. I'm not going to lie. The fear of God is put into you when you get the call.
Yes.
And I did reach out to Trixie, and Trixie was like, they're gonna eat you up, they're gonna love it. You've got the no wig thing, but I think you're gonna be able to make it work. And if not, you're gonna be able to inspire someone else to try this new aesthetic. Yep. Maybe this is a new realm that people can experiment with, and like, who knows?
Looking different to me is good. Different is not good or bad, it's just different. And there's nothing wrong with it. Just like you said, sometimes it just takes time to get used to. Is this a dress that you would have worn for the finale?
A friend of mine, Brandon Bermudez, made this dress, and it is covered in feathers at the bottom. I call this my Edgar Allan Poe gown.
Oh, I love that. And how were you going to do your hair?
It was like a wet, swampy green.
Yeah.
So it was gonna be like glamour swamp, black nail gloves and big jewels. It kind of reminds me of Aquarius oil spill.
Love that.
And then the green matches the iridescent and the feathers of the gown when I walk.
All you kids that put these together and spend money and time on them, they're so amazing that you need to do like a proper photo shoot in them.
Oh, it's done.
And Joey J, who would you have done on Snatch Game?
I was gonna do Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, really? What era of Jamie Lee Curtis?
I was gonna do a couple references. I was gonna make these jokes and they were gonna be the shit baby. I was gonna have my yogurt.
Yes.
Yes. I was gonna, I'm like having a moment right now. Famous horror movie.
Halloween.
Halloween, yeah. And I was gonna like have moments where like, oh my God, it's like hitting. I see, that would have been the challenge I was gonna go home on.
You, Joey J, are so much fun to watch. You're such a joy. You bring an individual presence to the race. And I can't wait to see you in person, Joey J.
When it's time, it will be the best hug of your life.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm such a hugger. Thanks, Joey J.
Mwah, of course, darling.
Thank you so much for watching another episode of What You Packin'. I'll see you next time. Bye. Subscribe to the Drag Race YouTube channel for all things Drag Race.